Welcome to grammar school. We correct your life, not your words. Karen screaming at the sidewalk, drunks doing zigzags on the curb. Never bring a date to a roadside debate. Not cool to drive straight through a parade. No sex, no smoke on that card zoom, fool. Jesus fell, bounced back, now he's watching you. Ready to cover up the Florida man. Tinder date sees it all. Grammar school, we put your best
And it's hot.
choices on the big screen. It's okay.
Whoa. Hey. Hey. Sorry, I meant to try to continue this over the weekend, but then I forgot some very important things like my daughter's birthday party and the Super Bowl. So, hopefully you guys remember where we left off. Yeah, I'm going to do this. I just posted a new soft sit, and then I threw some stuff on top of it. So I put the link to the new soft sit in the Discord. The other ones are just cuts from the live. I have another new soft sit that I'm gonna post. Well, I might have time to do it at the end of the stream. It's today's my daughter's birthday. So when this trial's over, I might go run and see if I can do something extra for her, even though we had her party on Saturday. I need everybody who donated to the gift basket fund to contact me. I need Otto, and I forgot. I've got the list. I'm choppy. Okay, I'm choppy. Hold on, let me. Why am I choppy? Page 53. Let me close some things out. I am choppy. I don't think it's a sound issue. Let's see. I was having issues earlier when I was recording stuff too. Oh shit. All right, hold on. Oh, that's not good. Shit. Well, I don't know. I can't see me, but can you guys hear me? And oh, you know what? Let me close CapCut. Okay, now I'm frozen. Perfect. Well, I don't know what to do. You see me and hear me fine? I can't even see me. Now I'm frozen. Shit. Hold on. Okay, how about that? Is that better? Can you hear me? Can you hear me, but you can't see me? It seems like the video wants to hold me back. How about now? Okay, cool. Logo. Oh crap! Now I'm worried about the video. All right, let's see. CapCut. Bandwidth. All right, let's just see how it goes. Day 2. Oh wait, hold on. I forgot. There's like a whole bunch of stuff. Whoops! I meant to edit this part out. All right, hang on. We're like right about. All right, I think it's like right here. BRB. Okay, so make sure if you contributed to the basket fund that you get a hold of me in Discord. If you don't have Discord, email me at grammarschoolfordummies@gmail.com. I'll put it right here, grammarschoolfordummies@gmail.com. We found that there's kind of a huge issue with our intention, and we want to oh, and if you're not on Discord, just join it. How about that? All right, let me go a little farther forward. All right, here we go. Officer Benavides. Judge Boyd.
All right, guys, we're going to go on the record. The court is calling 2025 CR 011026, State versus James Ross. Can I have parties announced?
Brandon Prater for the state.
Laura Espinoza for the seat.
Leland McCray, stand by.
Reporter, stand by.
All right, so, Mr. Ross, I'm going to have your standby counsel explain to you what standby counsel is and their duties. So have you all had a chance to let him know what that is, either one of you?
I would say that generally speaking, my
We're not your
understanding of it is
secretary.
if you have a question or a concern, in any way I can help you, I'm here to help you, but I will not be making any statements on the record in terms of any legal objections, arguments, cross-examination, or questions. As you've seen so far, I'll pass you notes if I think it's helpful. You use it as you see fit. And then also for the record, your witness that you want to have been subpoenaed, so if you ask her to be here, she'll be here.
All right, so I just want parties to be clear on what standby counsel means, but just so parties know, I'm not going to interfere with any notes that are being passed between Mr. Ross and the standby counsel so that everyone is clear. All right, let's bring the jurors in.
Okay, so we are allowed to
All right,
pass
Mr.
notes in this class. So if you guys want to pass notes, that's fine. But I'm not your investigator. I didn't think they were allowed to bring their firearm in the courtroom. Interesting. I guess why wouldn't they, right? Maybe it depends on the court. Oh, I just rewatched this guy's closing arguments. They were fantastic.
All right, everyone, please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, I apologize so much for the late start. Usually we start
Oh, yeah,
on
good
time,
point.
but there were other things that were outside of my control, and it was in no way related to this case. All right, State, you may call your witness.
State calls Christian Benavides.
Could you raise your right hand for me, please?
Yes,
Do you solemnly swear affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand. Just make sure you keep your voice up so everyone can hear.
Yes,
State, you may proceed.
Thank you. Mr. Benavides, are you a resident of Bexar County?
Yes, ma'am.
How long have you lived in Bexar County?
34 years
4 years. How are you currently employed?
with the San Antonio Police Department.
How long have you been employed with the San Antonio Police Department?
2 years, 11 months, 3 years next month.
What have been your duties over the past nearly 3 years?
He said duty.
Calls for service, patrol duties, making arrests, traffic stops.
Are you considered a patrolman?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a certified peace officer?
Yes, ma'am.
What kind of education is required to become a certified peace officer?
Rookie.
I believe high school education,
Do you have any specialized trainings?
specialized trainings.
Yeah, to become a certified peace officer, do you go to an academy?
Yes,
or
ma'am. Went through an
classes?
academy,
Do you know approximately how long the academy
approximately 8 months.
is? What was your position with the San Antonio Police Department on June 1st, 2025?
A patrolman.
A patrolman. What area, well, let me back up. Were you on duty on June 1st, 2025?
Yes, ma'am.
What area were you patrolling?
I work Peru, which is Keebner, Vance Jackson, Bandera, 1604, La Cantera Parkway, Medical Center.
Now, is San Antonio broken up into segments or districts?
Yes, ma'am.
So if you're on duty as a patrolman, are you the only patrolman on duty?
No,
No, so there's multiple.
there's about 6 per side. There's 3 sides in Peru. There's about 6 to 7 patrolmen in each side.
Okay, and what were the hours of your shift on June 1st, 2025?
1:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m.
Okay, and are you familiar with a case under San Antonio Police Department 25110099?
Yes, ma'am.
What case is that?
An aggravated robbery.
How did you become involved in that case?
I was dispatched.
They called
what
me.
time approximately were you dispatched?
4 p.m.
It was more like
4:27
5.
p.m. I believe it was close to the afternoon.
Are you familiar with a document called a key card?
Yes.
If you saw a key card, would that information be contained within?
Yes, 100%.
Oh, I should probably click like 2.
Connor, may I approach?
Yes.
By the way, that soft sit video I sent,
Officer
guarantee
Benavidez,
Van's gonna
I'm
do it
showing
too.
what has been marked for identification purposes as State's Exhibit A. Will you please refresh your memory regarding what time you were dispatched and let me know when you're done?
A little different from how I see it, but approximately 17:49,
In non-military time, what time is that?
5:49 p.m.
5:49. Do you recall where you were dispatched?
Yes, ma'am. 4427 Days of All Road.
Okay, and what kind of location is that?
It was a shopping center, like a little strip mall, and it was JC's Alteration gift shop.
And is that in Bear County, Texas?
Yes, ma'am, it is.
Okay, so when you arrived to the scene, what did you observe?
When I arrived to the scene, there was a few people outside the location. They were moving some stuff, but they flagged me down. They were waving at me. Started speaking with them. They had told me about the incident that, somebody came in demanding money, pointed a gun. I spoke to witnesses, and they kind of started telling me what happened.
Okay, I'm going to pause you there. May I approach on?
Yes.
Cup. Oh yeah.
Officer, I'm going to hand you what have been pre-marked State Exhibit 9 through 12. Can you please take a look at them?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, this is the location.
Do you recognize them?
Yes.
How do
Yes.
how do you recognize them? How do you recognize them?
Just from the day that I was there. That
Are
was
they,
the store.
are they fair and accurate depictions of the scene on June 1st, 2025?
Yes, ma'am.
At this time, Your Honor, State would move to admit what has been marked as State's Exhibit 9 through 12.
Hey, Michael.
Any objections? All right, States Exhibit 9 through 12 are admitted without objection.
Permission to publish, Your Honor?
Granted.
Did he drink the whole box?
Okay, Officer Benavidez, I'm going to show you State's Exhibit 9. Do you see the black door in this photo?
Yes, ma'am.
What does it say on that door?
JC's gift shop.
And do you see an address on this photo?
Yes, 4427 Days of All Road.
Okay, and this is the location you responded to?
Yes, ma'am, correct.
Okay, and then State's Exhibit 10, what is this in this photo? If we can get it.
That is the inside of the store.
Okay, and what do we see in this area?
You see a bunch of things packed up, kind of what I was saying earlier when I first arrived. They were moving out. They were packing up.
Okay, and can you tell in this photo where this photo was taken?
I believe as soon as you enter the store, maybe a couple feet in.
In State's Exhibit 11, can you tell us what's in this photo?
Just more things,
More things.
towards the right side of the store, if I remember correctly.
Toward the right side?
Yes, ma'am. From the entrance.
Oops.
Mila's forgetting
And then
something.
State's Exhibit 12, can you tell what that is?
Yes, ma'am, that's the entrance or exit of the store.
So is that the direction opposite of what we saw in State's Exhibit 10?
Which one was that?
State's Exhibit 10 is at the door. And is this a view from the other side of the store?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, so what did you do when you arrived?
So I began speaking with the caller and some of the witnesses. From what I remember, it came out as gun disturbance.
Mhm.
I was told that a gentleman was there, demanded money because he was working with them to help them move out.
All right, that objection will be sustained.
Oh, he's got 3
We can't
sustains
talk
now.
about what people said, but we can talk about
Total.
generally what you did. Okay, so you got there and you spoke with individuals. Do you recall the names of the people you spoke with?
Do a
The
sustain
main
gong.
caller, I believe, was Miss Janice. I don't recall last name. And the other two witnesses were Daphne and Alicia. And again, I don't remember their last names.
So, right. In your, I guess, investigation, did you develop suspect information?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
How did you develop this suspect information?
From one of the witnesses who said they knew the suspect because she had actually asked them to help.
Sustained.
What? Man, he's got 4. 4 sustains on the whole trial so far.
When you arrived, did you observe any suspect on the scene?
No.
No. Did you learn a suspect name?
Yes.
Okay, what did you do next?
I investigated the name and I found somebody closely matching that description with the same name.
And what did you do after that?
I put it out over the air and on our computer for other officers to be on the lookout for that person.
What further involvement did you have in this case?
I called the follow-up unit, which was the night CID, to inform them of what happened, and they came out to do further investigation and interviews.
And what does that stand for, night CID?
He's got a new note.
I don't know, honestly.
Might it be criminal investigation?
Oh, yes,
Some-
yes.
yes,
Night
yes.
Criminal Investigation Division.
Okay.
Ugh.
Do you recall the name of the night CID that came out that night?
Yes, ma'am. It was Detective Landrum.
I pass the witness, Your Honor.
Defense, any questions?
So you were not you were not present when this supposed crime happened.
No, sir.
And when you got there, did anyone seem to have been assaulted?
No, so.
No one at all?
No, sir.
So there was no ambulance or medical personnel or fire trucks there to render aid to anyone who had been assaulted.
That's correct. No EMS was called.
It's because when he stands up, he's further away from the mic. She's sitting right in front of it, so he needs to go back to sitting down.
So the knowledge that you gained about what happened came from the witnesses that were there.
Correct.
Did you have any reason to believe that they could? Did you feel they were being truthful?
Yes.
Did you notice any inconsistencies in their statements?
Not that I recall.
When you interviewed them, did you interview them all together or did you separate them?
All separately.
said that testified yesterday and said that at 1749, a call was made by a gentleman. Did you contact any gentleman when you made it to the scene?
There was a couple gentlemen on the scene. They were, I guess, helping the victims and witnesses, but I didn't gather their information. They really didn't have anything else to say.
Yeah, I found some recently too. I found sorry, I'm having video issues. I found a guy, like one guy that's got like 50 videos. So I'm gonna start posting some of his stuff. But oh man, I'm starting to dig a little bit more into that, but I was ignoring it for a while. Because it's to be honest, it's more fun to watch your shorts on it than it is to go through the Facebook thing.
There was no, I guess, since they didn't witness the crime, there's no further information to gather from them.
So both these gentlemen told you that they did not witness this alleged crime?
I can't say that, I can't recall.
Did you interview these gentlemen?
I believe so. I talked to them briefly just to see what was going on, and they just pointed me to the victim and witnesses.
Okay, so is it your regular practice not to gather witness information when you collect statements from them?
Yes, but I don't believe they were witnesses.
Did you collect a statement from them?
No.
So they didn't give you any. Okay, switch gears a little bit. This is reported as an aggravated robbery, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. For it to be aggravated robbery, I'm under the impression that something has to have been stolen or.
Objection, defense is testifying.
All right, that will be sustained to the,
Uh-oh. The prosecution doesn't get a gong when they get a sustained. Yeah, I think one of my favorite ones out of that group so far was a comment saying, "Hey, I tried all the stuff and none of it worked. Any suggestions?"
form of the question.
Was there anything stolen?
No, sir.
So there was no property relieved from the owners at all?
No.
I really want to go back to the gentleman that you interacted with. You interacted with them, but you did not collect a statement, correct?
Objection asked and answered.
That'll be overruled. You can answer that question.
Ask the question again.
These gentlemen that were on scene when you got there, you did not collect a statement from them, or you did?
I talked to them briefly. I didn't collect a formal statement from them.
Why?
It just wasn't pertinent to the case. I needed to talk to the witnesses and the victims that had more information.
Okay, these gentlemen were there helping them move, correct?
Yes.
So they would have been there, correct?
From what I can gather or remember, they weren't there at the time, or they weren't present when the incident occurred. They were lifting all the heavy things inside the U-Haul, so they weren't inside the store when it happened.
And I don't mean to sound, I want. Is that your regular practice for when there's an aggravated robbery?
My practice is to gather statements from any witnesses or victims that's relevant to the case.
Did these gentlemen say that they did not want to have their statements taken?
No.
Yeah, we're on day 2, Parson.
So when you spoke to them, did they tell you that they were not inside, that they were outside, or?
Objection calls for hearsay.
That will be sustained.
Okay, When you spoke to them, were you inside the store or outside the store?
Outside, if I recall correctly.
Excuse me?
Outside, if I recall correctly.
Did the witnesses or the victims interact with them during this time when you were interviewing with them? Any?
I don't remember.
Ugh.
Was there any weapon found in the scene anywhere?
No.
What kind of perimeter search, protocols do y'all have in regards to this? Is there any?
As far as searching for a weapon,
Yes.
I mean, just the immediate scene.
When you arrived outside, did you first start talking to the people outside?
Just like,
Or were the people outside? That's basically what he asked.
So you speak to them to learn if they were inside or out.
Oh my God, again.
Again, if I remember correctly, I just spoke to them what was going on. They flagged me down and they just told me to the right direction of who to talk to about what was going on.
Neither one of them said that they called the police.
Can't say I recall.
Did you have on your body cam?
Yes,
Was it active and recording
yes,
when you spoke to these gentlemen?
yes.
Your Honor,
The outside people were outside, yes. And the inside people were inside. How you doing, Parson? Did you guys ever see the movie Basketball? Swear to God, you guys make fun of me 15 or 16 more times. I'm out of here.
when you contacted the victims and of this crime, alleged crime, did they tell you it was gun involved?
Yes,
Okay, and did they describe the gun to you?
I believe so, yes.
And what was their description?
I would have to look at my report.
He looked exactly like you. He's got 2 free elbows, too.
Thank for a copy of his report.
thank you very much. It's very professional. I appreciate that.
Thank you. Okay, yeah, move, mark this.
Yes, I think, has this report previously been marked or no?
No, Your Honor.
All right, yes.
And can I approach the witness for
Yes.
his recollection to this report?
Yes. If you'll have the court reporter mark it, let's do this. Ladies and gentlemen, let's just take a 2-minute break so that everything can be marked, and then it'll move along at a different pace. So everyone, please rise for the jurors.
Please rise for the jurors. And then they wait. I think the 2 minutes turns into like 7.
Relevant to an aggravated robbery that took place on this scene?
Well, like I mentioned, they're not witnesses or victims.
They're workers for the supposed victim in this crime.
That's correct.
So why wouldn't you take their interview? Why wouldn't you interview them?
Because again, they're not victims or witnesses.
Are you aware that it was a man who made the call?
I'm not aware of that.
Are you aware that the 911 caller never saw a gun?
Repeat that again?
Are you aware that the 911 caller never saw a gun?
I have to see the call for service again. All I know is it came out as a disturbance gun, so there obviously was a gun involved.
Okay, so if there's a gun involved and nothing was stolen, what do you put together as an officer?
Just because there's no gun involved, nothing was stolen, doesn't mean it's not a robbery.
So it's just because no gun. Excuse me.
You got everything you need from me. Be clear. There's no gun involved. No, it's a weapon.
So just so we're clear, there was no gun on the scene, didn't find a gun, and there was nothing stolen.
That is correct.
That's all for right now, Your Honor.
State,
No further questions, Your Honor. This witness is excused by the state.
is this witness excused?
Sorry about that.
Okay. All right, the rule has been invoked. That means you're not allowed to discuss your testimony with anyone or view anything about this trial until this trial has been concluded. Just make sure you're available if either party decides to recall you.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and if you could leave the square microphone behind. I don't know if you put that on. Yes, if you'll leave that behind. And if you'll give the exhibit to the court reporter.
Here you go, ma'am.
Dang, it's still not working.
And State, you can call your next witness.
Judge will call Miss Alyssa Ramirez.
Subject to recall. Oh, this lady. Okay, victim. I think this is victim 2.
If you'll raise your right hand for me, do you solemnly swear affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? I do. All right, you can lower your hand. If you put on the little microphone, it's square. It's for the court reporter to be able to hear.
I don't know why my camera's not working.
All right, and if you'll state your name for the. All right, you may proceed.
Thank you, Judge. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
Now, your name is Alyssa Ramirez?
Yes.
How do you spell your?
Personal information. Switching the prosecutor again.
Through working with him that day, or those days that we worked with Miss Janice.
Okay. What days were those, if you remember?
It was back in June, April, May, at the end of May, early June.
Okay. And where were y'all working at?
We were helping her clear out her alteration business. She was moving it to a storage, and we were just helping her with it.
Okay.
She needed help.
And let's just clarify that. When you say you're working for her, who do you mean?
Oh, for Janice, the owner of the alteration.
Okay. And where was that? Where was the alteration place at?
It was on De Zavala and Indian Woods, I think it is.
Okay. What was the name of it?
JC's Alterations.
Okay. All right. So, how long have you worked with Mr. Ross over at JC's Alterations?
It was just a total of 3 days. 3 days.
Okay. What were y'all employed to work on?
Just to move all her stuff to a storage, and that was just clearing out her entire building. That's what that was the task to be completed.
Okay. Any kind of problems between anybody those 3 days?
There was problems between James and another girl that was working with us, Dawn. They kind of butted heads a little bit.
Okay.
That's not what he's talking about.
Nothing between James and Miss Janice Jones?
During the time of us working, well, after the 3 days, yes, it was.
Okay. Well, let's go to that. Let's go to the events of June 1st.
Okay.
Walk us through, how did everything go down with Mr. Ross that day?
Okay, so, well, began the prior day because Miss Janice had told us when we started working for her, she had made it clear to us that
Objection, Your Honor. Hearsay, non-responsive.
Right, that'll be sustained.
Oh, that's
So
5.
when I'm asking you what's going on, we can't talk about what
6.
other people have told us, what other people have said. It's just what you have personal knowledge of. Is that kind of, so we can't say like, this person told me, it's like, no. It's like only what we know. Does that make sense?
Oh,
right.
that's gonna be
Okay.
tough.
Okay, so what was the question?
All right, so tell us about June 1st. What happened?
On June 1st, when we were working in the helping her clear out her business, James had come in because he wanted to get paid, but she said she was going to pay when the job was finished. So he came in and basically just demanded that she pay him, and he pulled out a gun, and I went behind the chair.
Narrative.
All right, that'll be overruled.
So going back, so you said he pulled a gun. What happened next?
He told her I want my money, and
And by her, you mean?
oh, I'm sorry. He told Miss Janice I want my money,
Okay.
and I mean he picked up Dawn and kind of tossed her aside, and
And Dawn, what is Dawn's name or Dawn's full name?
Daphne Smith.
Okay.
And then I just went and hid behind a chair, and I called 911, and then he came up to the chair and he moved it and he said, "Didn't I work hard for this lady yesterday?" And I said, "Yeah,
Dick.
yeah, we all worked hard." And then he said, "Did she pay me?" And I said, "No, not yet." And then he went back to Miss Janice and he said, "I want my money." And I think he said by tonight or something. I don't know. He said he'll be back, and then he left.
Okay. When you called 911, what did you do with the phone?
I sat on it. I was scared that he was going to know that I called, so I sat on my phone, and then I would just like get up so that way maybe they could hear what was going on, and that they would just see my GPS location and show up.
So you basically, did you call 911, set the phone down, and then talk to them afterwards?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I was too scared to talk to them during this.
Okay.
I didn't want him to know I called.
How concerned were you that Mr. Ross would notice that you had called 911?
I was pretty scared to where I was afraid, should I call? I was actually deciding, should I call or not? Because if he finds out that I called, say my phone's really loud and they say, "What's your emergency?" Then what if he shoots me? So I was scared that he might kill me if he finds out that I called 911. So when he moved the chair, I was like, "Oh my gosh, he found out." I thought he found out that I called because I had my phone underneath my leg. And he didn't. He said, "Didn't I work hard for this lady yesterday?" That was a relief because I was like, "Oh man," I thought he was, in my head I was thinking, I thought that he knew I called and he was going to shoot me right now. So I was looking down at the floor. I didn't want to look up at him because I thought he was going to shoot me. I just stayed looking at the floor. And so then I was relieved and I said, yes, we all worked hard, which we did work hard. But yeah.
When did you point the firearm at you?
When he said, "I'm not playing with you two white
Your
bitches."
Honor.
Judge,
No,
that's
no,
a
it
Alright.
doesn't.
question.
Excuse me. That'll be sustained.
When he pointed it at me was just when he said, "I'm not playing with you two white bitches
Not
either."
really.
And that's what he told me and Daphne. And like I said, I was just looking down. I didn't want to look up. Once he saw the gun being pointed at us, I just looked down at the floor.
Can you describe the firearm to the best of your ability?
I want to say it was like a revolver, I think, with the tourney thing.
With the tourney thing. All right, if you showed up late, you didn't. We're on the second witness of the day. The first one was I think the first responding officer. They basically just asked him some clerical questions regarding his statement, and then the pro se defendant asked him the same question over and over about who was inside and who was outside, and then repeated it. And it's something about protocol. Now we have a different victim. Excuse me, a different victim who's testifying, and this one actually has some substance.
Where it turned, and it was like a gunmetal. like a dark gray.
Okay.
Definitely was not black. It was gray.
Where on your body did he point at?
He just pointed it like towards, like he didn't get close. He just pointed it at me. Like he was pointing at me and her. Like when he said, "You two white," he just pointed it at me and then pointed it at her.
Was there any question in your mind that it was pointed in your direction?
Oh yeah. I mean, it was definitely pointed in our direction. Yeah.
How does that make you feel?
I was scared. I was really scared. But I just stayed looking at the ground because I was like, oh my gosh, if he shoots me, I didn't want to look up. I couldn't look up.
Well, Alyssa, I gotta ask, if you were looking at the ground, how could you see him pointing the gun at you?
Oh no, that's when I looked at the ground. When he pointed the gun at me is when I went like that and I looked down at the ground. Because I wasn't gonna sit there and stare at him, you know, while he's pointing the gun at me. So I just looked down at the ground after he pointed it. I just went like that and I looked down at the ground. I never thought of what it would feel like if somebody pointed a gun at me and how I would react, but I couldn't do anything but just look away from it once I saw it pointed in my direction or at me. Yeah.
Okay. When did Mr. Ross leave?
Right after pretty much like 15 seconds after he had told me, didn't I work hard for this lady yesterday? Then he went back to Miss Janice and he said, I want my money, I'll be back. And then he left right after that.
Did you see him leave?
Yeah. I didn't see which direction. I saw him walk out, but I didn't see which direction he went or who picked him up or anything like that.
Did he leave the firearm at the location?
No, not that I know. I mean, no. I believe he actually put it back in his pants.
Okay. I was gonna ask, did you see when he first pulled it, where did he pull it from?
So I can't remember if he pulled it from the front or the back. But I just remember him pulling it like I just saw it come out and I said, oh my gosh, he's got a gun.
Yeah, she
I
will.
can't remember.
I hope.
And that's honest. I cannot remember.
That's okay. Judge, we'll pass the witness.
Defense?
Let's see if he goes third party or third person again. My money says yes.
Hello.
Hello.
Wow.
Good start.
All right, so I want to go back before this alleged incident a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Let things calm down a little bit. That's okay with you?
That's right.
So how many days actually did you work with the defendant?
3 days?
Was it 3 or 2?
Thought it was 3, but I guess the third day was the day that the defendant didn't show up. Or that third day would have been the day. The third day was the day with the gun, I guess.
So it's the defendant's understanding that he only worked there for just 2 days. Okay. So the first day, do you remember the first day?
I remember the first day, yeah.
Can you tell us about the first day without going into too much detail? Like, what was the task being completed on the first day?
We were just packing up her things. I think we were trying to get the U-Haul. We hadn't gotten it yet. We were trying to get
Who was trying to?
it. Melvin or Marvin and Claire. We're trying to get the U-Haul.
Sure.
Yeah, and Daphne, and she was trying to get the U-Haul. Me and Daphne went over and met Claire and Melvin at the U-Haul place. And
Which U-Haul place?
I think it was over there off of De Zavala, or it was off of I-10 somewhere. I wasn't the one who drove, but I think it was off of I-10 somewhere.
How far was it from shop that this U-Haul place that y'all went to? Was that?
Maybe like, I think it was like 4 miles, maybe 3 miles, 4 miles. Maybe. I don't really know.
How long did it take
Took a long,
Daphne to get the U-Haul the first day?
took a long time. A long time. I remember taking a long time.
Did she actually get the U-Haul on the first day?
I had to leave to work on the first day, so I didn't stay. On that first day, I only worked so many hours. The next day, the U-Haul was there. So I wasn't there present when the U-Haul actually got there.
Next day, you don't remember the U-Haul being there just when you got there?
Just when I got there the next day, it was there.
Okay. What time did you get there the second day? Carl?
I don't recall what time I got there. I really don't. It was sometime.
Work
I think it was like around 11 or something. It wasn't early. Everybody else was already there.
What do you recall the vibe like in the, the area where everybody was working at?
It was okay.
Did you feel threatened by the defendant in any way?
I did not at that time, no.
Did you feel that Ms. Janice did?
Judge,
No.
don't object to that. There's no way that the witness knows what another person is feeling.
All right, legal objection.
Speculative.
Your
That was,
Honor,
yes.
I need a little bit of latitude here.
Here,
so we
Phil.
can ascertain the complete vibe of the place.
All right, so the state's objection to speculation will be sustained.
Thank you, Judge.
I like here feel better than speculation.
The first or the second day, did you notice the defendant have any disagreements with Ms. Janice?
On that first or second, on those days, no.
So there was no conflict with, was it like a happy time?
At the end of the second day was when the defendant,
No, we're not talking about the end of
Okay.
the second day. We're talking about during the work, when work.
during the work, no. During the work, no.
As to the quality of the work, did the defendant, how was his work ethic?
It was good. It was very well. I mean, the work ethic was good.
Minus the
You said you didn't feel threatened by him at all.
Not at that time.
So at the end of the second day, you and the defendant actually were, before the meeting at the shop at the end of the second day, at the storage unit, do you recall?
Yes.
Okay.
Is that right? Sorry. Is that when you when Daphne went and crying? Is that the one you're talking about?
Yes.
Okay. I remember that. Yeah.
Okay, so do you remember a gentleman and another lady being there?
Yes.
Okay. Do you recall what they were doing?
You and I, or sorry, the defendant and I had gotten chairs down for them
No.
to sit down
stick with you.
because they're older in age.
So was that an idea of yours or was it the idea of the defendant
I think it was an idea of the defendant.
to get
To
the older
let them
people
sit
out
down.
the way so that they
Right.
wouldn't hurt themselves coming in and out the truck, right?
Right.
So you and the defendant pretty much unloaded the whole truck.
Mostly, yeah. Yeah. Mostly.
Okay. So we're gonna move forward to the end of the second day when the truck was returned to the shop. Okay? Do you recall everybody who was there?
Yes. I believe so. I was the defendant, myself, Miss Janice, Claire, and Melvin. Or Marvin. I don't remember his name. It was Marvin or Melvin.
Was Daphne there?
I don't believe so. I mean, she had already showed. Oh wait, she had showed up before we did
Mhm.
and talked to Miss Janice. About
Was she alone?
was who alone?
Was Daphne by herself or was there another male that accompanied her?
I don't remember. Maybe. Oh, I'm not sure who it was. Eddie, maybe somebody else. I don't know if that's what you're talking about.
If you recall that she was not by herself.
I don't really recall whether she was by herself or not. To be honest, I don't.
So before the first day of work, do you recall a male being there accompanying Daphne then?
Yes, she was, yes, yeah,
Do you recall his name?
Eddie,
Eddie?
Yeah.
Okay, what was going on with Eddie and Daphne at the time when everybody was beginning work?
they were having like an argument, like a fight, like he was there slowing down her working because he was telling her, what happened last night? How come you didn't come back? It was personal problems, personal issues with each other.
Would you say, were they drug-related problems? Was drugs
I
involved?
don't think so.
Judge, I have to object to that. We're getting into the possible criminality of witnesses. I don't think we're even involved. And-
All right, and the legal
That's-
objection, just 1 second. If I could have the legal objection, please?
Judge, we'd object to relevance and also improper impeachment.
All right, that would be sustained.
Thank you, Judge.
AKA, don't answer the question.
To rephrase,
Don't rephrase, just move on.
so at the beginning of work, Evelyn and this gentleman are there, having a dispute in front of Ms. Janice, correct?
Judge, I'm gonna have to object to relevance here. What's happening between two people who are not involved, I don't see where it's going in regards to the witness.
Cross-examination, Your Honor, I need a little bit.
Just, okay, so everyone, this is what we're gonna do. I will hear objections. Once I've heard the objection, then I can hear the response, and it goes for both sides, and then I'll make a ruling. So, state, what is your legal objection?
Our objection is the Texas Rule of Evidence 403, which is relevance. I fail to see how this has any kind of probative value as to the credibility of this witness or the other witnesses or to any kind of defensive theory that they could put forward.
All right, defense, how is this relevant?
It's relevant, Your Honor, because it gives character of the witness who claims to have seen a weapon.
All right, with regards to,
With regards to drugs being involved, if she was on drugs, then it's possible that she could be like over.
all right, I will tell you, at this time, the court is going to sustain the objection to relevancy. It may become relevant at a point in time, but for now, the objection to relevancy will be sustained. All right, thank you.
And Judge, if we may approach real quick.
Yes.
Yeah. And I think he's wearing the exact same thing he wore at the last hearing, too.
The motion in limine, Mr. Fox, is that you are not allowed to question witnesses about any prior bad acts. So that includes any alleged drug use. You're not allowed to question them about criminal history. The only way that can be done, because I've ruled in the state's favor in this way, with regards to the motion in limine, there are to be no questions about those subjects. If you want to ask the witness a question about that subject, you need to let the court know before that's done. And this is the only thing I will say. You will need to ask to approach, and then it needs to be heard outside the presence of the jury, because the jury is not allowed to hear things that are included in motions in limine. So I want you to review the state's motion in limine. So there will be no violation of the motion in limine. And then if there is something that you feel in that motion in limine that you need to ask a witness, it needs to be done outside the presence of the jury so that the court can make a ruling whether or not it can be asked in the presence of the jury. Do you understand? All right, so does anyone have a copy of the motion in limine?
Even I remember that one.
It was an oral motion, Judge.
If you could repeat and put the references outside the presence of the jury.
Yeah, she got her mic off, or she has her mic off.
Judge, to the best of my recollection, it was a motion in limine to bar any kind of questions or testimony regarding criminal acts, be they convictions or alleged criminal acts in front of the jury.
She turned it off for a minute, just to review the motion in limine, because the prosecutor made the objection and without giving the legal reason for it, he wanted to remind the judge of what the motion in limine was.
So criminal acts, conviction.
Yes.
Just hold on, I want you to internalize what they're saying so that there will be no violations of the motion in limine. Now, criminal acts, Mr. Ross, may include drug.
I don't know.
This is what I can tell you. This witness, the questions you were asking this witness concerning drug use, was it about this witness's alleged drug use or someone else?
Someone else.
All right, so the court is going to find, and I've already ruled that it's irrelevant at this point in time. So
She'll turn it back on.
Saying their objection to relevancy, and you're not allowed to question this witness about any alleged bad acts of other witnesses until the court deems that it's relevant. At this time, the court is finding that it's not relevant.
Correct.
And Judge, we would ask that if the court may, if they may instruct the jury to disregard the defendant's previous questions.
I will instruct the jury.
Thank you,
Now,
Judge.
with regards to this witness,
Yeah, it looks like they're on their way back in.
To the first day, we began work. You, the defendant, Ms. Janice was there, Daphne,
Mm-hmm.
and her boyfriend or significant other, or whatever. You said that they seemed to be arguing about something. Is it clear at all what they were arguing about?
I do not know what they were arguing about.
What was the defendant's reaction to their interaction? Recall?
I don't recall what the reaction was to, no. I just remember Janice saying, Eddie, we don't need that personal business here. And he left after that. I don't recall what the defendant's reaction was.
Did Eddie immediately leave, or did he linger about?
He lingered a little bit. He lingered a little bit and then he left.
Fast forward to the end of the second day of work.
Okay.
Okay. At the end of the second day of work, when everybody made it back to the shop and everything's done, truck put up, and all the workers were inside the shop about to leave for the night.
Mhm.
Do you recall that time?
Yes.
Okay. Do you recall the defendant's behavior?
Frustrated.
Was he frustrated and like loud and vocal, or argumentative, or was he silent and frustrated, waiting for a moment to express?
Frustrated because he was, I guess, waiting for a moment to talk to Janice alone. Not with everybody there.
Did Dennis allow for this moment?
I believe so. I'm not sure, actually. I don't really remember if she asked for it or not, but I think so.
Do you remember a conversation between him and her?
I do remember him saying, yes. He said, if I don't get paid today for the work that I did, I'm not coming back tomorrow.
If you could rewind just a little bit.
Okay.
Do you recall
Rewind.
what he asked her for?
I don't recall that.
Money.
What? I don't remember what, right now, the amount, or what are you asking?
Okay. I can't lead you.
Dang.
Like, so what it's like is, do you remember whether he asked her for all of his pay or did he ask her for?
Partial. It wasn't all of it. No, it was partial pay. I just don't remember the amount.
Right. Okay. But it wasn't but was it a complete day's pay? Did he ask her for?
I don't remember whether he just was asking her for some kind of payment that day.
It's in record that said that he asked her for money to buy drugs. Was that true?
She told me that.
Judge, I'm gonna object to that. There's no way the witness knows what other witnesses
Right.
are talking about.
All right, that'll be overruled. Excuse me, that the objection to that will be overruled as far as to
Say hearsay.
speculation.
Oh, come on,
Judge,
Judge.
we would also argue that this is all facts that aren't in evidence. And if anything, I would say it's also a misstatement of what was previously said.
All
Say
right, with
hearsay.
regards to the misstatement, that will be overruled. All right, you can answer the question.
Say hearsay.
How did you ask the question again? I'm like,
Number two. Okay, sorry. Okay, go breathe. Let's breathe for a second. It said that it's in the record that the defendant asked for money from her,
Right.
from Janice.
and you're saying, okay, I understand the question now.
Do you remember that?
Yes, I do remember that.
Okay. Did he?
Did he ask her for money or for money for drugs?
Did he ask her for money for drugs?
I did not hear that,
You.
but Janice told me that.
What did you hear?
I just asked him to ask for money for pay for the day because he worked really hard and he needed some payment.
Say you.
Janice told me later on that he asked for it for drugs, and she said, I don't condone that. But I did not hear it personally myself. No, that's the honest truth. But Janice, you know, I don't think she would lie. I don't think she would lie. She's a Christian lady, and she has no reason to.
Yeah, he's been third person this entire hearing, and it's confusing the heck out of this lady. Just say you and take a side against it, Miss Victim Witness Lady.
Right. So at the end of the conversation, the defendant said what?
Did the defendant say what?
How did the night end?
The night
All the
ended
hearsays.
with Janice saying, she stayed firm in saying, I'm not going to pay until the job is finished. I told y'all that at the beginning, and y'all agreed to it. And so Marvin ended up giving the defendant $20 bill and gave me a $10 bill for gas. Then I gave the defendant a ride to his apartment, dropped him off, and I went home. That's how the night ended.
Did the defendant make you feel, did you feel threatened or intimidated or any such?
At that time, no. Not at that time, no.
So the next day, did the defendant show up for work?
No.
Do you recall the day following that if the defendant showed up for work?
No.
Did the defendant come back to the shop at all?
Yes, the very next day, yes, he came back, but not to work. That was when he came back with the gun. Or am I missing a day or something? Because I was working my own full-time job at the time. So am I missing a day?
You missed a few.
Okay, because I was working my own job full-time. I was just trying to help on the side. So if you, I don't know what days I wasn't there, but my next day that I saw the defendant was when that whole thing happened with the gun.
Okay.
I believe it was the following day, actually, because it had to be, because it was when he said, I'm not coming back tomorrow. Yeah, it had to be the next day.
Okay. Are you aware of whether or not the defendant contacted the owner, Ms. Janice?
I was told, yes, that the defendant had came in the morning with his girlfriend, and that the girlfriend was being rude.
Were you there at that
I
time?
was not there, but this is what Daphne and Janice told me. I had no idea.
I don't mean to say like that's enough, but like
I had no idea.
Okay. So, but you were there when he,
The the prosecution's gonna object to as little as possible because most of the things she says is gonna go against him. Um, but yeah, he's certainly digging himself a hole. But she's got to stop the third person thing.
okay, so Marvin or Claire's husband gave you $10 and gave the defendant $20.
Right.
Okay. And why would he do that?
Because he felt bad that we didn't get, he said she's a hard one, or like she's gonna stick to her guns, you know. She's gonna stick to what she said. So he felt bad for us, and I needed gas, so he gave me $10 and he gave the defendant $20.
And out of this $20, did the defendant give you any money to put in your gas tank?
He was going to,
He didn't?
not out of the 20. Through Cash App,
Yes.
he did,
That's
yes.
what I mean.
But out of that $20 bill, no.
Okay.
But previously, yes, out of Cash App, $5, yes.
So a man who witnesses the defendant working hard, and the defendant asks for some money from, who he's working for, not an entire day's pay, but a portion of it so he can make it back to get gas money. This man witnesses this, and he feels sorry and gives the defendant and another worker money for gas.
Judge, I'm objectify to counsel testifying as well as the form of the question.
Sustained.
Thank you, Judge.
My bad, excuse me.
But Judge, it's the third person.
That's all for now, Your Honor. I'll let it go now.
All right. State, any
Few quick
questions?
follow-up questions, Judge, if I may, of
Yes.
course. Ms. Alyssa. So walk us through, what was the agreement with Ms. Janice regarding employment?
She had told all of us, before y'all get started, I want y'all to know that I will not pay until the job is finished, because multiple times in the past, I have been where people work and then they just leave.
All right. That will be overruled.
She's basically said that people have ripped her off in the past, where they just leave her with all this work because they got their pay for that day and they just leave. So she said to keep them coming back, to keep you guys coming back, I want y'all to treat it as a job. Like when you work at a job, you get paid at the end of the week. You get paid 2 weeks later. So I want y'all to treat this like a job, and you're gonna get paid at the end of the job when it's finished.
And to your knowledge, did James Ross finish the job?
It wasn't finished yet, no.
Okay. And was the payment to be the same for everyone?
I really was not told an amount of payment, to be honest.
But when people would be,
Your Honor, speculation.
That'll be sustained.
but
So
when was
here's
the
the thing.
time that was agreed upon that everyone would be paid?
Just whenever we finished. If
Okay.
it took us a week, it was gonna be at the end of the week. Just whenever we finished.
Okay. So let's walk through, let's clean up the days a little bit. So when did the job start?
Like
What
the
day?
date,
Yeah, well, what day did it start?
I can't tell you I remember what day it was, to be honest. I don't know. Geez. I'd have to look back on my text messages on my phone to see my text message from Janice and Daphne, because I really honestly don't remember the exact date.
That's okay, that's okay. So let's count backward from the day of the incident. How many days before the incident did the job start?
2 days.
Okay.
The third day was the incident.
And that was June 1st?
Yes.
Okay. And on cross, do you recognize James Ross?
Yes,
Was James Ross the person who pointed the gun at you on the first?
absolutely, yeah.
You recognize the person who pointed that gun at you in the courtroom.
Yes,
Can you point him out for the jury?
he's right there. The guy that's been talking.
Can you describe him by an article of clothing he's wearing? For the record.
Oh, he's wearing a black t-shirt.
The fancy
The record
work suit.
reflects that the witnesses identified the defendant. We'll pass the witness, Judge.
He's the worst
All right,
dressed person in the
defense, any
courtroom.
other questions?
One more. Do you remember, the defendant's girlfriend?
No,
Were you there when she came and talked to Janice?
no, I was not there. 'Cause I wasn't there in the morning. That was when that happened in the morning, and I wasn't there till later. When the defendant's girlfriend came. I didn't see I didn't see a girlfriend.
What time did you get there that day?
I want to say like 11. I got there late. Everybody else got there early in the morning, like at 9. Or sometime like at 9. And I got there at like 11. So I wasn't working that long before it happened. That's why I didn't have knowledge of the girlfriend coming in the morning until after the gun incident happened.
That's all for now, Your Honor. I'd like to go to the witness.
All right, the rule has been invoked. That means that you're not allowed to discuss your testimony with anyone or view anything about this case until the conclusion of this case. Please make sure you're available if either party wishes to recall you as a witness.
Yes, sir.
All right, and if you'll remove the square pin. Thank you so much. You may step down.
Thank you.
State, call your next witness.
Thank you, Judge. We'll call Ms. Daphne Smith to the stand.
All right, witness victim number 3. Derek, look how tall that guy is. At least he looks tall. Where'd she go? Maybe she's peeing. Yeah.
And she was asking about this, and so I had a storage unit.
Wait, what just happened? Oh, right, I forgot. She gets to the stand crying, which it would be messed up to face a guy that put a freaking pew-pew to you. And then I think that she gets excused from the stand to take a break. Hey, Pope. Yeah, it's all right. Sorry, there's the tall guy again. And then they start going back into questioning while the camera's off, but then they cut to the camera back on. I think they give her a little bit of a break here, though.
Both parties have a chance to ask questions. Okay, yes, ma'am. And when anyone makes an objection, just stop speaking. Okay. I'll make a ruling on the objection. Okay. And when I make my ruling, if you don't know if you should continue to speak or not, just let me know and I'll let you know. So, right, what's gonna happen right now, David's gonna ask you another question. You know, Mom, we call her Mom.
she's gonna pay us handsomely is what
Can I
she
click
said,
on that?
and she's awesome. She's such a sweet lady. So we went over there and is that, I don't want to go too far, but.
No, that's perfect.
Okay.
What was the nature of your employment agreement with Ms. Janice Jones?
So it was gonna be, she said like 4 to 5 or 6 days to move from the wood to Chavano. My son's name was right there on De Zavala and wood to Chavano. So like someone De Zavala basically. So from there over to UTSA Boulevard and the access road of De Zavala and I-10 to her storage unit. And
Okay. What was the time that everyone would get paid for this job?
so mom told everyone that was there, and it wasn't
And
everybody.
I just got to clarify, by mom, who do you mean?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Just on the hearsay.
Oh, he gets
Your
another
knowledge, can
sustained.
you clarify this, Drake?
Oh,
When
where's
you
my
say
sus-
mom, what is the name of that?
Janice, I'm sorry.
Okay.
So Janice told us all that when the job is done,
Jason, hearsay. Objection for hearsay.
Now, so we can't talk about what other people have told us. We can only say what we have our personal knowledge of. So, to your personal knowledge and your belief, when was payment supposed to be made for this job?
when job was completely done,
Okay.
after everything was from her JC's alterations over to the storage units, everything was out of the store and cleaned.
Okay. To your knowledge, how did Mr. James Ross begin working there?
When I was walking the dog, when I was with Andrew at that apartment complex, he said he knew the dog. He started calling it by its name, and he had a beautiful smile, and I was like, oh, hi. Oh, you know the dog? So
And when you say who do you mean?
James.
Okay.
And so, and so I'm too soft sometimes, and I'm regretting that now. But so, when I said, Mom, Janice, yesterday there were supposed to be 8 people that showed up to help her move her store, and I was the only one that showed up, and I couldn't do. So, excuse me, sorry. So I saw him, and he's very strong, and he was very kind, and so I asked him, would you want to come and make a little extra money and just down the street, because it's on the access road of Huebner, where his apartment was, by my friend Andrew's friend's apartment. And he was like, yeah. So that's when we went over there, and then like 2 or 3 days later, everything went completely opposite weird.
So you're the person who recommended James for this job at JC Alterations?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Let's go to the day of the incident. All right. And so June 1st, 2025, what happened that day?
I'm sorry, I don't know. Was that the third day that we were working, or?
It would be the day of the incident. What
Okay.
happened that day?
So, I don't. I'm sorry. It's been a minute. So I don't know if that's when. I think the day before is when a girl came in. I want to say she said her name was Pebbles or Pickles or something like that.
Well, let's go to just to
Pebbles
make
or
sure we're staying
Tickles?
on point.
Okay.
The incident with the gun. Walk us
Okay.
through what happened that day.
So if you walk into Mom's store, so if you're walking in, so here's the door, and the wall goes like this. It's like a rectangle building, and so and we had a lot of stuff already moved out, but to the left of that is like a big square area where we had boxes that we were putting in the U-Haul, and against that area was like metal folded chairs, like maybe 3 or maybe 4 of them lined up right there.
Okay.
And so he came in the door, James came in the door, and I'm protective of Mom, and so I got up and I turned around and I got in front of him, and I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I go, don't, because he was demanding money again. I think I don't know if it was the second or third time. And I was getting ready to tell him, like, hey, Mom said job.
Narrative.
So let's break that down a little bit. Why did you feel that you had to protect Ms. Jones?
Because I've never seen him. He was kind. I've never seen him aggressive like that. It was like a complete different person. And I call her Mom because I love her. She's amazing. She's so kind. And I didn't realize, I guess, his strength. So as soon as he walked in and he grabbed one of those folding chairs and he slammed it down on the ground. And Mom's sitting in the middle of the room over here. And he can I stand up or no? No, probably not. Okay, it's okay. So anyway, he had on long shorts and a shirt, and so when he slammed the chair down, his legs were wide open like this, and he said, "Where's my money?" And she was like, "James," that she was sitting there, she was very calm. She's so awesome. She was so sweet and calm. She was, "James, I told you, when the job is done, I told everybody that."
Again, we can't.
No, Rusty. We're gonna have to switch that up. So if you guys missed the beginning, if you guys contribute, if anybody contributed to the basket fund, please reach out to me. I've got a few of you guys connected on Discord. And if you don't have a Discord, shoot me an email at grammarschoolfordummies@gmail.com. Basically what happened is I was advised by several other people, and I kind of realized this the second the stream was over, but it's not going to be such a good idea to reach out directly to a victim from watching her on YouTube court. So we want to look at a different option, but I want a consensus for anybody who contributed. So if you guys can do that, please reach out to me. If you don't have Discord, just get on Discord. That's the easiest. But if not, I will continue to check my email. Thanks, y'all.
Go into what
Okay, sorry.
what other people said.
Okay,
So we
great.
can only talk about what we
I'm sorry.
observed, what we saw, what we heard, what we felt. Okay?
Okay, sorry. Okay. So anyway, when I stood up in front of him to try and stop him, I didn't know if he was going to hurt Mom. Like I said, it was a different side I've seen of him. He picked me up by I had a sports bra on and a
Who
tank
picked you
top.
up?
Okay, sorry, what?
It's okay. Who picked you up?
James did.
Okay.
He picked me up and he threw me against the wall over here, and I landed literally against the wall flat like that. And but before he did that, he had a gun like this big, maybe, I don't know what, silver gun, and he had it to my head. And then he I don't remember what he said now because it's been a minute, but it's something like bitch or something. I don't remember. I don't remember what he said, but I literally, when he threw me against the wall, I laid there and I had my hands up like this because I didn't want to think I had a gun or a phone or anything, and I was just praying for my dog and my son to be able to see them again. And then I don't know, Elisa was over here on the wall next to me, and I don't know because my face was down around. I was just praying, so I don't. I just remember that I was like, while my head was down, I don't know what between him and Elisa what happened, but I just remember I heard the gun, something like right next to us, while I was laying on the ground, and he said, I felt like it was like right here, but he had already held it up to my head before he threw me. But when against the wall right there, he said, he asked Elisa and I, he asked us, I think, 3 questions. He said something like, did I do a good job? And he did do a good job. He did a great job. And he said, did I do what I was supposed to do or something? And I don't remember exactly, I'm sorry, what the questions were that he asked us, but I don't even know if I fully was paying attention. I was just so scared. So I thought that the right answer to say to everything was yes. So I just finally said yes. And then I thought I was going to die, but and then and then
If I may, it's okay, Daphne. Take a deep breath. You need a moment?
oh, okay, yes.
Let me know when you're ready. Just look up at me and nod, okay? Ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, so let's go back a little bit and let's unpack that. Okay. So you said that James Ross was the person in this whole incident.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
You recognize James Ross?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, she's all over the place. But I think she's scared out of her mind. If you guys ever type in on YouTube like top or worst pro se criminals, he's not going to be one of them. But it puts these victims and these witnesses in this scenario where they're going to have to deal with somebody that caused them trauma. It's not good.
Was he the person who pulled the gun on you?
Yes,
You recognize him in the courtroom.
yes, sir.
Can you point him out for the jury? Can you describe an article of clothing that he's wearing for the record?
A black T-shirt and glasses on his head.
Okay. The record reflects that the witnesses identified the defendant. All right, so let's go a little bit forward. Do you remember what the gun looked like?
It was like maybe like this kind of, and I think it was silver. I think.
It was a silver gun?
I'm sorry.
It was a silver gun?
Yes, I think so. Yes, sir.
Okay. And did he point it at you, or
He
did
put it. It was on my head right here when he walked in, because when I went up to him like whoa, like kind of leave mom alone. So when he slammed that chair down, and I was over here, and so I walked up, and I'm like whoa. So when he picked me up from my sports bra and my tank top, he put it right here, and it picked me up. I mean, my feet were not even touching the ground. I'm sorry, this is so weird.
It's okay. Did the firearm make contact with your head?
Yes, sir.
Were you able to see the firearm when it made contact with your head?
Not necessarily, because it was up here. So,
When did you see it?
so when he pulled that chair out, he went like this. He didn't walk in with it like in his hand. He had big shorts on. He pulled it when he stood up to tell me like to get out of his way. He pulled it out of his shorts like this.
Can you stand up and show the jury where and how he pulled it from?
Yes, sir. So when he put that chair down, his legs were like, he slammed the chair down. His legs were like this, and then I went in front of him to tell him like, leave mom alone. You know, just go. Anyway, so when he slams it, he goes, and he stands up and he goes like this. So there were big shorts, so you can't even tell, I guess. And now I was not looking for that anyway. But he pulled it up, and then I was like, this is wow. I never have. Is that good or okay? Sorry.
Oh God, poor girl. I don't have a clue what she said the last 30 seconds.
How long did this event last?
I don't think very long, because I know now, Lisa called the cops, I guess, and then I know I called the cops, and the lady was kind of getting mad at me on the
Yeah.
phone because she couldn't understand me. But all I know is that when I finally felt like it was okay to lift my head up and my hands off the ground, I was freaking out, and they said that I heard somebody there was two other, I think one was mom's nephew or something, Janice's nephew, and I heard them say that, oh, he pulled out in a red something, I don't remember, and then but since Elisa had called, I guess sooner than I did, the lady finally figured out what I was saying to her, and she said, the police are on the way.
The lady, who was the lady?
The lady on the phone, the 911
Okay.
person that I was calling. Yes, sir.
Okay. And so after you called 911, did you see James leave?
No, he had, I did not see him after he threw me. I was on the ground until whatever I was hearing, like that he was like, everybody was like, okay, what vehicle is he in? So I softly kind of got up and just, sorry.
Okay. Did you see that if there was a gun or a firearm like the one you saw left behind?
I didn't look around, but I don't believe so.
Okay.
I don't know, to be honest with you, I have no clue.
And this is going to be a silly question that I got to ask you. How did you feel when you had that firearm to your head, making contact?
I was just praying to God that if I die, that God will take care of my son and my dog.
Did you feel threatened?
Absolutely. I was scared.
Did you feel threatened by James's actions?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I don't know if the prosecutor could do this, and I don't know if I've ever seen this except for movies. But in movies, there's a thing where the prosecutor will stand up in front of the witness to block the direct point of sight to the defendant. Now, I know the defendant is his own attorney in this, but I feel like that'd be a good idea in this scenario. And then
Judge, we'll pass the witness.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to give you 5 minutes and then I'll bring you back in. Everyone, please rise for the jurors.
Hopefully counsel's telling him right now, okay, she's scared to death of you, so good luck. Oh crap, they're already back.
All right, so we're going to focus on the questions with the motion in limine.
On the first day that you started working at JC Alterations, there was a man there with you, and he was like getting aggressive. You remember?
Yeah, Eddie, yes.
Okay.
Pause
What was
attraction.
that? Was he on drugs?
I don't know. Eddie, he passed away 3 months ago, but he lives in my son's neighborhood right there in the woods of Chavano, but he follows me everywhere. So he followed me to mom's store. So he wasn't with me. Remember how mom was, she told him, she was like, if you're not going to work, you need to go. Remember he was just sitting there and we were working and he was just sitting there kind of fighting. So.
Okay. Do you use drugs?
No, sir.
Are you high right now?
No, sir. I don't. I just said I don't use drugs.
Are you high right now? He asked. And to be honest with you, I know she's terrified, but that's kind of a good question.
So you've never used drugs ever?
No, sir.
Do you have, are you on any form of probation or had any dealings with Bexar County as far as been arrested, any criminal background at all?
No, sir.
Have you been coached or led or approached by the state in any way to testify in such and such a way?
So Boyd said that they can't ask questions related to known criminal history, but it doesn't mean they can't ask questions to discover criminal history.
I don't really understand.
Has anybody approached you to coach you on the way that you testify?
Oh, like today kind of thing or something?
Yeah.
No, sir.
Yesterday, the day before, any days prior?
No, sir.
Good.
Oh,
And again, you're testifying that you're not on felony probation right now.
Correct.
she's always paying attention.
Do you know if Elizabeth is a drug user?
To my knowledge, no, she's not. But I mean, we're not. I give her rides, and she's a single parent, so we're not friends. She works down the store, like remember I called the airport, so that's how I knew her. And so just like you, I'm like, hey, do you want to make some extra money? Right down the street, you want to come to mom's store and just help move, you know? So that's how, yeah.
At the end of the second day,
Yeah.
when you got done working and everybody got back to the shop, do you remember the interaction that took place with everybody in the shop?
All right, so here's the court's question.
Oh, okay.
Do your questions have anything to do with the motion in limine? If it does not, that's questions that needs to be asked in front of the jury. So is there anything else to do with the motion in limine?
Okay.
It sounds like the jury's not actually back yet.
Would the state be willing to stipulate that she is in fact on felony probation right now?
Okay, that's not this witness, Your Honor.
I'm not on probation.
That was the NCIC, TCIC does not reflect that.
Yes, the last charge that.
And she also has no convictions pursuant to this NCIC, TCIC.
All right, so this is what I'm going to tell parties. Number one, if this witness is on a deferred adjudication, you will not be allowed to question her about that unless there is some sort of relevancy related to that. What the state is informing the court, and they can show it to you, they're informing me that this witness is not on a felony probation?
Judge, I'm sorry, can you repeat the question?
Is this witness on felony probation?
No, Judge, she is not.
All right.
She's not on probation, not on deferred, she's not on any kind of community supervision.
All right. So,
Your Honor, it's Alyssa actually is on probation.
all right. So you can't ask this witness that question. And then with regards to any of allegations of drug use, yes, you may proceed.
Did the defendant ever ask Janice for money for drugs?
Wait, I'm sorry, are you the defendant again? Okay.
I'm speaking myself
not-
first.
Say
To my
you.
knowledge, no. I've heard that both Mom and Alyssa said that, but no, I never heard you ever say that to any of them.
All right. So with regards to asking this witness questions about her criminal history, I'm being informed that she's not on felony probation. She doesn't have criminal history, so you're not allowed to ask that question. With regard to this witness and asking this witness any questions about any illegal substances, she has told you that is not the case, and I'm going to find that asking her those questions are not relevant. Again, it may become relevant, but at this point in time, it is not relevant. All right, is there anything else?
Can we save this line of questioning for Alyssa because she, in fact, is on?
No, let me just tell you what will end up happening. The state will call whatever witness they call. And then if there's something concerning the motion in limine, we will take a recess. You will be able to ask your questions, and then I will make a ruling on whether or not it's relevant. Mr. Ross, remember, I don't know any facts of this case. I'm hearing this case for the first time as the jury is hearing it. That's why with regards to motion in limines, I always tell both parties to approach before they ask any questions about the motion in limine. All right?
I would like to also make an objection post, your ruling on that motion because I was never given the opportunity to object to that motion.
Well, what I'm going to tell you with regards to oral motions, they made an oral motion. The court made its ruling that if anyone wanted to ask any questions that were in the state's oral motion in limine, the court was not denying persons from asking that question that were in the motion in limine. The court's ruling was that if you want to ask those questions, then we will have a hearing outside the presence of the jury. And again, I'm not your attorney. However, the court's ruling on the state's motion in limine and allowing that to be heard outside the presence of the jury is appropriate. All right. So are we ready to bring them in?
Let's bring him back.
And how many more witnesses does the state have?
I think we have
One more here today.
one more here today, and then we'll have the lead detective tomorrow.
I'll say, so you have a total of, right. All right, let's bring the jurors in. Sorry about that. All right, you may proceed with your questions.
Smith, when you walked in here initially, you were in tears. Is there a reason for that?
I was just nervous. I mean, you know what happened that day. I got scared. I haven't seen you since then, so I don't know
Yeah, I could do that.
what's going on or what. Well, I did see you that one day when I was here with Mom and I can't the other couple that lives with them that was working with us. And I heard you yell at your attorney over there somewhere, and I saw them take you in that room over there. So I was just nervous. I'm not. I think you're a nice guy. I just you scared me, and I just don't want you to hurt anybody. That's all.
Understand that I have no intention of hurting you, ever. It's never.
I heard you yelling at your attorney, and I think you're a nice guy, but I don't want you to hurt me or anybody.
Judge, I'm gonna object to that. That's fine.
Sustained.
Thank you, Judge.
I get into this. Might be a little bit uncomfortable. Really, okay. This day, I supposed to have this gun to your head.
No.
Are you absolutely positive that it couldn't have been anything besides the gun?
I saw it come out of your shorts. I know it was a gun.
What color did you say it was?
I think it was silver. I think I'm pretty sure it was. It happened. Yes. I mean, James, you know.
I know exactly.
I don't want to fight with you. I'm so scared. This is so uncomfortable.
What's that with you?
And I'm glad you didn't kill me. Thank you.
Oh my God. That's so messed up. What makes this one a little bit different is my understanding is that she met him walking his dog. I'm assuming they live in the same neighborhood or same apartment complex. And she's the one that basically got him the job, this job. So she feels like she's partially she feels like she's blaming herself. Partially she's scared out of her mind because I'm assuming they live by each other. And now she's got to deal with this dude's questions after he threatened her with a gun.
Okay, like, now, like, it's okay. This is serious business here, and so we can't cloud it with emotional things. We have to give these people the truth. Okay? My life is on the line as well.
Judge, I'm gonna object to that. That's going into,
Sustained.
thank you, Judge.
At least he dropped the third person.
We gotta get back to the case. So, this day, this gun, can you describe it again?
I don't. I told you long ago. I don't. I mean, it came out of your shorts so fast, and you picked me up like you with my sports bra, my tank top, and you held it to my head right here, and then you threw me against the wall. So it was not. I mean, it was like all of milliseconds. You pulling. I was facing you when I was trying to get in the way of mom because I didn't want you to come
Okay,
bother.
let's rewind to this here.
Yes.
Let's rewind.
Probably bond conditions.
How many times did the defendant show up? When I say defendant, I'm speaking
Okay.
to me. How many times did the defendant show up to JC's alteration that day?
I think it was 2. One time I was with that girl in the red T-shirt. That I think Pickles or Pebbles or something like that was her name.
Okay.
Before you came in, and
So you
she was
think
trying to
two
ask. Yes, sir. I think so. It's been a minute, and
Okay,
Okay.
that's cool. That's you answered the question. The first time when the defendant came in, was Pebbles with him? Was she with him?
no, she was by herself,
Okay.
and she was asking for money for you, and then
Wait,
mom.
wait.
Okay, go ahead.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Look, we're in the same place now.
Okay.
So when the defendant came into the JC's operation first time, did you understand, or were you under the impression, or did you know whether or not Janice invited him there, or was it a random him just showing up?
Honestly, I do not know the answer to that, so I'm not going to try and answer. I do not know the answer to that.
So when Janice came in that first time, was he aggressive?
Verbally, yes, and scared all of us, but me, Elisa, her nephew, or her adopted nephew, mom, and then
Okay.
okay.
I would like to see made record to show that, you know, Elisa wasn't there. She said
Judge, that's testimony
Testifying.
that hasn't been elicited by any witness. Counsel is testifying.
All right. Is there a legal objection?
It's evidence that's not in record, and defense counsel is testifying.
All right, with regards to testifying, that will be sustained.
And Judge, we'd ask that the jury be instructed to disregard defense counsel's previous question.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you're to disregard the previous question. Defense, you may proceed.
So, when the defendant, when James first came to the shop the first time, Alyssa was there?
Yes, because I think it was like less than an hour after that she had to go to work, which is down the street to Specs, where she worked on Isabella.
So,
And I think mom might have video in that store. I think I'm not 100% sure, but I want to say she does. I mean, that's that she's not there anymore. But I don't know if
do you remember specifically what the defendant said when he walked to the store the first time?
you were just your voice was very loud and aggressive and demanding money, and mom was just sitting there in the middle of the room on a chair telling you
Now,
things.
are you easily scared by loud noises?
No,
No.
no,
So a loud voice doesn't affect you any?
no.
Oh man, I think I gotta do it. I'm sorry. This whole thing's been so quiet. I just have to make sure you guys are awake.
My dog is a 85-pound bull terrier, so no.
Okay, so when you say that my voice is loud and it carries,
No, I didn't say it carries. That's not what I said.
what did you say?
I just said that you were very aggressive and loud, which is exactly what you were. I don't want to fight. I'm just telling you what happened.
No. Okay, like, you are allowed to say everything that you want to say. The purpose of this is for truth to come. We ascertain. I'm fine with it. I'm not upset with you. I forgive you. I'm not upset with you.
Judge, we're getting into whether the defense counsel forgives the witness or not is completely irrelevant.
I'll retract that.
All right, that objection will be sustained.
Thank you.
So when the defendant left out of the store the first time, that's when his girlfriend came in?
The Pebbles person?
Yes.
No, the Pebbles person or Pickle. I'm sorry, I don't remember what she goes by in the red T-shirt. She came in first, and then you came in after her.
So you remember the second time that you came in?
Or you know what? I'm sorry. I think no, you came in, and then I guess y'all left and came back, and then Pebbles in the red shirt came in, and that's when Mom was like, I just told him. I'm sorry, it's been a minute, okay? My mother-in-law just passed away. I've got a lot going on right now. But yeah, so then I don't know the timeline.
Let me stop you.
Okay, go ahead.
Do you
Yes.
think, I'm sorry to hear about your mother-in-law. Do you feel like that has any bearing on the memories of what happened all them days ago that it may affect your testimony now? Like,
No,
are you in a bad place?
no,
Like,
I'm not in the bad.
breathing?
No, I'm just saying I mean, that day, yeah, that day when honestly, James, what I remember is that I was scared that you were going to kill me, and I was scared that I was never going to see my son or my dog again. That's the most thing that I remember. Besides that, the stuff is kind of like, what? Okay, so that's, you scared the shit out of me, dude. Sorry.
Is it completely? Do you remember the defendant's wallet?
The what?
The defendant had a wallet. Do you remember it?
I never saw your wallet.
Do you remember the defendant's phone?
I never saw your phone. We worked.
Right. I'm talking about on the day in question.
Well, which day? We were talking about 2 different days.
No, the day in question is the day that this alleged robbery took place.
Well, I mean, as soon as you walked in and I tried to stop you from hurting Mom, and you put the gun in my head and threw me against the wall, that was all of seconds. So I don't. No, I don't.
Okay, so what behavior did you notice that made you want to step in between us?
Because when you walked in, you were yelling at Mom sitting in the middle of the room in the chair where she always sits, and you were saying that you want money, you want your money right now. And I'm not lying. I'm scared of you a little bit. Okay, so I'm not trying to hurt you. I'm just telling you, you know exactly what happened. You do. Okay, I didn't want Mom to get hurt, and so I didn't know that you were that strong. And
when the defendant came in there, did he say, I'm only here to collect the money that you told me to come and get?
I don't recall the exact verbatim of it. I'm sorry. I don't.
So all that you remember is the defendant coming in here screaming and yelling?
Well, you walked in and you were very loud and you said, I don't remember if you said Janice but you said, I need my money now. I want my money. And she was calm and she said, James, nobody gets paid until the job is done. I told everybody that from the beginning. And then you said, and you held the gun to her and then said, wait, let me finish, please. And then when you did that, and you held the,
So, do you recall Janice instructing Tawanya Monday? Do you,
Wanya.
her name is Tawanya
I don't know what you're talking about though.
Pebbles.
Oh, okay.
Judge, I think that from the form of the defendant's questioning, he's gonna try to elicit hearsay evidence.
No, I'm not.
She can only say what she has knowledge of, not what other people were saying.
All right, so this is
Do
what,
you have knowledge of-
excuse me,
Hey,
Oh, I'm sorry.
is what happened. You can ask your question, state if you have an objection, the court will make a ruling on your objection.
thank you, Judge.
You recall the conversation that my girlfriend had with Miss Jones in the shop?
She wasn't nice, but she wasn't yelling like you were. She just came in and requested, she demanded money from Mom, from Janice, for your work. And she said, Mom was sitting there and very soft like she always is. And she said, look, I don't even know who you are.
Okay, well, let me stop. You can't get in. You can't get in.
Oh, why are you asking me a question? You only finished.
You answered it already.
What?
You answered
Okay then, okay.
it. Okay, so the thing now is, do you recall Janice instructing Miss Monday, my girlfriend, Pebbles, to bring me back to the shop?
And Judge, I'm not objecting to that, you say.
Do you recall?
All right, that'll be sustained.
Wait, what do I do?
Oh, don't answer.
Okay.
There's going to be another question that is asked.
Okay.
Okay. Do you recall Janice giving Pebbles any instructions?
And Judge, I'm objecting to that. That's also hearsay.
All right, that'll be overruled. The answer to that question is either a yes or a no.
Okay, I'm sorry, can you repeat it one more time?
Do you recall Janice giving Pebbles any instructions?
Instructions? No. Do you want me to go a little bit further than that?
Please.
She said that she doesn't know she said, I don't know who you are. James worked for me. You do not. So, like, I don't have any reason to be talking to you. It's exactly what Mom told Pebbles.
Was that the end of their conversation?
I believe so, yes. I think she actually maybe kind of tried to fight with her a little bit, not hard, but just kind of try to still get her to give the money to her for you. And then, sorry, and then she turned around and walked out. So.
Do you remember the ending of the second night of our work when we got done?
When we had the sandwiches that night, or no?
No, the last night. The last night that I worked for.
When we were at the U-Haul, when the U-Haul over at the storage unit?
Right.
Yes.
Do you remember when we all got back to the shop?
Yes.
Okay. Do you remember the conversation that took place then?
Well, I mean, you got to be more a little specific than that, because there was.
Okay, let me ask you this. Do you recall having someone with you that night?
No, no.
Okay. So when you got back to the shop, did you come back with me and Alyssa, or did you come back alone?
Yeah, you drove the U-Haul. You know that.
Right.
Right, and Alyssa was already at work. You know that too.
No. End of the second night. The end of the second night, I didn't drive the U-Haul back. I just parked.
Judge, witness, defense counsel testifying.
Sustained.
And Judge, we'd ask that the jury disregard the previous question.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you're to disregard the previous question that was asked by defense. You may proceed.
All right, question to the group. Has anybody served on a jury and has said people ever disregarded anything if asked to disregard anything?
You remember storage unit?
Yes, yeah, because I had a storage. Yes, I remember I had my storage unit there. That's how I showed Mom where to go, right there.
Do you remember when we completed the work at the storage unit?
Yes, yeah, you worked very hard. You were sweating, and yeah, you were awesome.
Do you recall leaving before me?
Yes, because you yelled at me and you scared me and I started crying. I'm not trying to be mean, but you know.
I don't take it, I'm not offended.
Sorry, okay, okay.
I'm not upset with you at all. At all.
Yeah, and when I went back down the street, the back way of Ranch Jackson to De Zavala with the shoving out in Mom's shop, I was still crying when I got there, and and she was like, "What's wrong?" And I just told her, I said,
Was there anyone else with you?
"No, I was by myself." You know that?
There wasn't another man with you?
No, you know that because it was Claire and her husband, and and they said that you told them to sit and get out of their way, and you put two chairs down at the storage unit, and you told them they had to sit right there and get out of the way. And so I'm telling you what they told me. So maybe that's irrelevant or whatever.
You good. Please continue.
Okay.
On the day of the incident, did the defendant leave with anything? Did he steal something, take anything? Did he remove from Miss Jones any of her property at all?
I can't answer that because when you threw me against the wall, I told you I was so scared. I left my face down, my hands up like this, so I could not see anything going on after that until at least I heard her on the phone calling 911, and then I was shaking and I went to like melt into the wall, and I finally like whispered, I was like, is it okay to get my head up and my hands up? Is he gone? Are the cops here? Like, so I'm sorry, I'm just answering the question.
No, as to that. So I picked you up with one hand and held a gun to your head at the same time.
So when you walked in the door, right? Why are you out? You know the truth.
Get it clear
Finally, he's completely abandoned the third person.
for them.
Okay, that's fair. Can I stand up? Is that okay? Or no? Or
That's for the defense.
We're past one of them.
Please, like, if you would show us, I'm okay with it. How I picked you up and had a gun to your head.
so okay. So it's okay to stand up now? Or?
Yes.
Okay. So when you walk through so it's like a rectangle building, and so the doors right here, and we had it open since we were doing boxes in and out of the draw. And Mom had most of this area, the main kind of back area was empty, and we had this like, so when you walk in right here, this big area is where we had boxes like kind of acting them up, whatever.
You can skip forward to the part where I.
Okay, well, you asked a question I'm getting there. So when you walked in though, so when you walked in and over here in that square area, you got one of those metal chairs and you slammed it down, and then that's when I got in front of you and I was like, ooh, because I don't remember what you said to Mom, but you're making money, whatever, and I didn't want you to hurt her, so I got in front of you, and so if you're like this and I went in front of you, I remember the gun was over here, so I guess with this hand of yours, you lifted me up like this from my orange sports bra and my black tank top, and you had the silver gun right here on my head, and said bitch something, I don't know whatever it was, and you threw me against the wall, and I landed literally against the wall right there, and then I just, that's when I told you I put my hands out and my face down, and I was praying. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, it does, but it doesn't allow for. Can you describe this gun?
It was so fast. I just told you like 3 times exactly what happened.
Okay, so is it?
I don't know why you're asking when you know what you did. Like, I don't understand.
Because I didn't have a gun.
Oh my gosh.
Judge, I'm gonna object to that. That's defense counsel.
It's my head right here. Yes, you did.
And Judge, we'd ask that the jury be instructed to disregard.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you do this to disregard the last question.
I'll pass the witness, but Your Honor, I would like to reserve her, please.
All right, thank you. All right, State, any further questions?
Judge, we have no questions for this witness. We ask that she be excused.
All right, the rule has been invoked. What that means, you're not allowed to discuss your testimony with anyone or view anything about this trial. Just make sure you're available if either party wishes to recall you as a witness, okay? Oh, someone will call you and they'll let you know whether or not they want you to testify again, okay? All right, if you'll leave, no. If you'll leave the square mic behind,
Oh, yes.
that belongs to the court reporter. All right, thank you. You may step down.
Thank you.
Could I have parties approach?
Yes, let's approach parties. That's a big party. Oh, all right. Let's see. Let me see. Cameras. Nope. Camera's still not working. All right. I didn't want to pause too much. I wanted to get through that. I believe we have 2 witnesses left, and then we have closing arguments. Closing arguments are fantastic, by the way. And we have a verdict. All right. A few points I want to make. So it sounds like Pebbles is the name of the girlfriend. Pebbles went into the shop early the next day, the day, was that what, the 3rd or 4th day, the day he didn't show up, and asked for his money or to get paid. Ms. Janice said, no, I told him we get paid at the end when the job is done. He comes back later. And obviously events happened. The whole time I was thinking to myself, Ms. Janice seems like the type of person who can easily get, I don't know if this sentence has been pronounced yet, but let me check the docket for today. I think they were going to announce, I thought they were going to announce it on like Wednesday, but let me double check it. Did I break something? Yeah, I always break something.
I'm going to have you all back.
Wait, hang on.
Thursday at 1:30 p.m. I have a document in the morning that I have to take care of, and then we'll proceed with testimony.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, I'm gonna finish it. I'm dedicated to finishing it, even if I only have one person who ends up watching the end of it. I know we have the detective left, and I think there's one other witness. This part of the hearing could not have gone worse for him. As much as she was not the best witness for the sake of answering questions, she definitely painted him in a light that is probably accurate to the scenario. I need to stop reading the chat. But what I was thinking is, this type of lady, she seems like she could probably easily get help from people for free. But it sounds like everybody who she hired was people that probably just needed money. So again, extending her, saintliness. And I think the thing that stood out was when, don't read this chat. Dang it. I think the thing that stood out was at the very beginning when she's freaked out of this guy beyond belief. And she's talking about how she's got a gun to her head, scared for her life. And then he's like, my life is on the line too. So he's just an ultimate jackass. He's doing a terrible job. Everything he said, everything he asked her, this last witness, did not favor his case at all. Dang it. All right, guys, I appreciate it. There's been a lot of good body cam that's come out. I'm gonna do some catch up. I'll kind of click around to see what else everybody else played, so it's not too redundant. I have one new soft sit. If you didn't catch it, I posted a new soft sit about a couple hours ago, 3 hours ago. I posted the new soft sit link in Discord because I know I cut a couple of live cuts from previous streams. Yeah, no, I'll figure out the camera. I just didn't want to slow down the stream by messing with it during the stream. And I'll reach out to those who donated to the basket fund who haven't responded and see what we can do. But you guys, oh yeah, do you guys want to rate somebody? And if so, who do we want to raid? Let me see who is on. Big In. Oh, State Boys Louisiana is live. That's kind of cool. Big In or State Boys? Big In, Big In, Big In. All right, we'll go to Big In. Save. I didn't know State Boys did live. Oh, that's cool. I say stay away from Facebook, but I know a pretty cool soft sit group. You can find myself and KFire in there. All right, we're gonna raid Big In. If you want to check him out, it looks like State Boys is live. So if you guys want to go there. If not, I'll see you guys around tonight. I appreciate everybody hanging out with me. You guys are awesome. I'll see you next time. Oh, you're in it too.
Class dismissed. Yeah, you still showed up. Grammar school in session. One last pop quiz. What's up? To the idiots arguing with air, reading laws from a folding chair. To the Karens calling for the boss, then walking out in cuffs, all glossed. To the sovereign shouting, I don't consent. To the judge says, take a seat, that's content. We didn't come to make you over. We came to judge you, please get sober. Thank you and goodbye from grammar school. Hit that like, hit subscribe, you know the rule. Hey, if you left at the circus, you passed the test. Ring the bell, classes out, you're the best. Thank you and goodbye from grammar school. Watch them drop themselves straight into the pool. We came to judge you, please get sober. Show's done now, just bounce, it's over. You brought snacks, we brought receipts. Slow motion walk to the back row seats. When I know my rights turns into yikes. We rewind that moment you touch the spine. Chats and tears, comment section wild. Every tantrum like a big kid child. From the lobby to the holding cell rover, we came to judge you, please get sober. Just bounce. Just bounce. Just go out the door. Learn the law, learn your name. If you're still mad, that's your issue. Someone pass that brain a tissue. Thank you and goodbye from grammar school. Hit that like, hit subscribe, you know the rule. Yeah. If you live through the cringe, you made the grade. Made the grade. Bells are loud for the legends. Thank you and goodbye from grammar school. From the first wild clip to the bottom, we came to judge you. Please get sober. School bell rings and class is over. Class is out. Say your thanks, take a bath. Hit subscribe. Dismissed for now. 1, 2.